And so the fact of the matter is, Kristen, I'm going to use this time because this is actually about you in the media and the corrupt media establishment. Ask you, the Trump-Russia collusion hoax that you pushed on this network for years, was that real or was that Hillary Clinton made up disinformation? Answer the question. Go.
Mr. Ross.
Sorry. This is how we get our country back. We need accountability.
The president and his legal team are defiant as the Russia investigation intensifies. This morning, the president trying to keep the focus away from Russia and on his agenda. We are learning that President Trump and President Putin had a second encounter at the G20 summit earlier this month. Officials here say it was shorter and merely part of a social gathering. Still, it's creating yet another Russia-related flap for this administration. What you are seeing is President Trump increasingly embattled because of the Russia investigation and increasingly lashing out.
The new disclosure comes as NBC News has learned there was an eighth person who attended that 2016 meeting with Donald Trump Jr. and Russian officials at Trump Tower.
The root of the problem may be that the president takes personally the issue of Russian meddling. He sees it as a tool that Democrats are using to try to delegitimize his victory, and that, critics charge, may be clouding his judgment.
New signs the Russia probe is reaching into new places. The Washington Post reporting special counsel Robert Mueller is investigating the business dealings of one of President Trump's top advisors, son-in-law Jared Kushner. A bombshell report in the Washington Post. The Post reporting the president's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, and Russia's ambassador discussed the possibility of setting up a secret channel of communications between the Trump transition team and the Kremlin in December, before Mr. Trump took office. The White House hasn't commented.
Publicly, he's trying to say nothing to worry about, but as you pointed out, he's not answering questions about this. Well, he doesn't want to talk about it. It's an increasing problem for the White House, for the narrative at the White House, and it underscores the fact that despite the president trying to discredit the special counsel's investigation, calling it a witch hunt, even some of his top advisors calling it a witch hunt, it's not going away. And a bombshell report by the New York Times that the FBI opened up a counterintelligence investigation into Mr. Trump in 2017 amid concerns he wittingly or unwittingly was working for Russia.
I'm Kristen Welker at the White House, where President Trump gave his most direct denial yet.
Have you ever worked for Russia? Yes.
I never worked for Russia, and you know that answer better than anybody. I never worked for Russia. Not only did I never work for Russia, I think it's a disgrace that you even asked that question, because it's a whole big fat hoax.
That after he didn't directly deny he was a Russian agent on Fox News.
Are you now, or have you ever worked for Russia, Mr. President?
I think it's the most insulting thing I've ever been asked.
Trump-Russia collusion hoax that you pushed on this network for years, was that real or was that Hillary Clinton made up disinformation? Answer the question. Go.
Mr. Ross.
This is how we get our country back. We need accountability because this media rigged the 2016 election. They rigged the 2020 election with the Hunter Biden laptop story.
Mr. Ramaswamy,
and they're going to rig this election.
Your time is up.
Accountability.